Insights into Shegwan.
Hello Nigeria, I am Becky Madujamu. Welcome to Newsline. 'Tis the season to be jolly, and the tempo of our program this week reflects the mood of celebration that usually trails the Yuletide. Corporate organizations tend to be less stiff around this time of the year. A bank held the public spellbound when it gave some youths the opportunity to strut their stuff. And elsewhere, students of a tertiary institution made great melodies to match the season. Then a state in Nigeria recently turned 100. I know what you're thinking. Nigeria is only 57. How come a state is 100? The report will explain better, and the Doba contained in that feature is very entertaining. Also coming later is a kickoff of the famous Calabar Carnival. We have a lot to cover tonight, so let's get on with it. Joy Osiagu, happy Sunday, and there you go now.
Good to see you, Becky. Thank you very much. Very good evening and welcome to the news segment of Newsline. President Muhammadu Buhari, widely acclaimed as Nigeria's selfless leader of honor and integrity, is 75. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports on how the Nigerian leader was surprised into a celebratory mood by the presidential aides.
Just like a typical day in the presidential villa, President Muhammadu Buhari coming down to the living area for his early morning breakfast. Happy birthday to you. Is this a conspiracy? Indeed, it was a conspiracy by the presidential aides, but without any negative connotation. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! The Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari, led the presidential aides, including the Permanent Secretary of the State House, Jalal Arabi, to rejoice with the Nigerian leader as he clocked 75. Although without his prior notice, as it is not in his character to celebrate birthdays, President Muhammadu Buhari could not help appreciating with warm individual handshake.
For doing this, I'm not inviting anybody to breakfast. I don't like him. And you know, surprise is one of the principles of war.
Yes. We'll let it go like that, and that's why those of us around him came together to wish him happy birthday and many more returns. This is an extraordinary leader who has a very strong personality and who is taking very strong decisions, you know, for the benefit of the country. He needs every support, he needs every encouragement, not only from those who are immediately around him, but the entire country, because the country is very fortunate to have him at this time. And he's full of conviction, he is passionate about this country, and he harbors a lot of hope that Nigeria will work.
The service chiefs, led by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Gabriel Abayomi Olonishakin, were also in the State House to wish the Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces many more happy returns, as he added another year of selfless service to the nation and humanity.
We wish him long life and wish him all the grace to lead our country in their path of development and progress.
And all the way from the southwest, Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amusun also came to show his goodwill. But how does he feel at 75? A question posed by NTA News to President Muhammadu Buhari.
I think I enjoyed good health until quite recently throughout my life. It's a wonderful experience, and I'm very pleased my staff and the family and my friends succeeded in surprising me today by bringing cards and coming to have photographs with me. I was not expecting it at all. I thought it's just like every Sunday in the week I would have a complete rest, but it has been crowded so far.
What can you tell Nigerians that have been praying for you and looking up to you for leadership?
My medical vacation revealed one thing which I was not sure about. I understand across the country people were praying, whether Muslims or Christians or whatever they are. I was overwhelmed by the kindness of Nigerians throughout, that they were really bothered about my health. And I think that helped a lot to stabilize the polity.
Continue service to the nation and humanity selflessly and with high sense of responsibility and patriotism, President Buhari said, is a lifelong undertaking. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Goodwill messages and accolades continue to pour in for the birthday president as President Muhammadu Buhari celebrates his 75th birthday anniversary. Aliyu Tukur has the details.
Senate President Abubakar Bukola Saraki, in a message, wished President Buhari many more anniversaries in good health and also described him as a sincere and devoted leader who is committed to transforming the country. Speaker House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, in a congratulatory message, praised President Buhari for his uncompromising stance and relentless commitment in introducing policies aimed at achieving full economic recovery and growth. He described the president as a visionary and prudent leader who carved a niche for himself as an incorruptible leader in discharge of his duties, both as military head of state and civilian president. In another development, Deputy Senate President Ike Ekwere Madu congratulated the president on his 73rd birthday and described him as an elder statesman who continued to pay his dues in service to the nation. Meanwhile, the Advanced People's Democratic Alliance, APDA, has sent its goodwill message to the birthday president. In a statement, the national chairman of the party, Malam Shitu, wished the president many happy returns and urged him to continue the fight against insurgency and corruption in the country. Aliyu Tukur, NTA News.
And turning to other issues now, the Federal Executive Council has approved the sum of over 2.8 billion United States dollars for the gas line contract proposed by the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. Musa Abubakar reports that the move marks an important landmark in the implementation of the first phase of the Nigerian Gas Master Plan.
The project, which is for the construction of a 40 inches pipeline across 614 kilometers from Ajakuta to Abuja, Kaduna and Kano, also covers engineering, verification, procurement and construction of a 40 inches 30 kilometers ODD to Warri gas pipeline expansion at the cost of 7.7 billion naira and $56 million US. In line with the All Progressives Congress programs, these contracts for the pipeline on LNG terminals to be set up at various points will expand opportunities for balanced national development to counter the backwardness and geographical disadvantage of the North and the East. The move will also cater to the needs of cement, fertilizer and power plants as well as transportation systems, increasing gas share in the country's energy consumption mix. The president is optimistic that the infrastructure projects will increase the scope of economic activities and contribute to the overall economic development of the country. In Abuja, Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
The ruling All Progressives Congress has received into its fold new decampees from opposition Labour and People's Democratic Parties in Oyo State. Correspondent Adebola Ogunlana reports that the entrants include former Governor Adebayo Alao Akala and former Senate leader and gubernatorial candidate of the PDP, Taslim Folarin.
The new entrants into All Progressive Congress Party from Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party, led by Adebayo Alao Akala, Taslim Folarin, Taufik Arapaja and Ayodele Adigun, said they are ready to support the Progressive Party into more victory in Oyo State, adding that it is clear that APC as a party is the only party that has the interest of the public at heart.
I want to tell you today that there's no more PDP in the state.
National leader of APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and others, including the governors of Osun, Ondo, and the host, Abiola Ajimobi, congratulated the party and the new members, saying APC is a large house that can accommodate as many as possible.
In political calculus, you must look for the addition, not the minus.
The event attracted a large crowd at the ancient Makbo Hall in Ibadan. Adebola Ogunlana, NTA News.
And ahead of the 2019 general elections, the Democratic People's Party says it is reviewing its strategies of winning elections as the party elects new crop of leadership towards the crucial period. This was part of the decisions reached at the party's national convention held in Abuja. Political correspondent Abdullahi Garba Birninkudu has the report.
The National Convention of the DPP, monitored by INEC officials, featured constitutional amendments, an election of national and zonal officers from all the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Mr. Gershon Benson retains his position as the national chairman. In another development, the Action Democratic Party, ADP, has flagged off an online membership registration. The party's national chairman, Alhaji Yusuf Sani, says it is part of preparations for next general election. ADP is one of the 67 registered political parties in Nigeria. In Abuja, Abdullahi Garba Birninkudu, NTA News.
In the meantime, Buhari Friends Organization Network, an interest group renowned for its disposition on entrenching the ideals for transparency and good governance, has met in Abuja to review its activities for better performance in the future. Correspondent Usman Aliyu has the details.
It is a non-political and non-governmental organization, but a group with a mindset focused on inculcating the right attitude among Nigerians.
You want to stand with him and fight corruption and all the social vices in society. The very moment you identify with that ideals and principle of Mr. President, you are his friend automatically.
This group has a dual ambition aimed at achieving good life among citizens through propagating ideals for a better economy which can support the population.
Any person who loves Nigeria must stand behind any person that wants to fight corruption in this country.
Once you realize the security, the peace, you now talk of development. As far as NTA is concerned, the sky is the beginning of the horizon for the march towards greater Nigeria. And you can have greater Nigeria if you don't have the fundamentals. What are the fundamentals? Peace and unity, national integration, and of course, killing corruption and bringing back the values that make a nation thick. And Nigeria is thick and is going to be thicker.
The group looked at its scorecard for the outgoing year, and those deserving reward were honored for the outstanding performance in meeting up with the objectives of the group. Speakers also showed encomium on the Buhari administration for its stand on economic development, peace and security. In Abuja, Usman Aliyu, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari will be attending the 59th proclamation of the Republic of Niger ceremony in Tahuna, Niger on Monday. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, states that after the ceremony, President Buhari will hold bilateral meetings with some of his counterparts before returning to Abuja same day. The ceremony, which attracts presidents from Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, Mauritania and Niger, is a historic event held every year on December 18th to commemorate the founding of the Republic of Niger and creation of the presidency. President Buhari will be accompanied on the trip by Governors Aminu Masari, Ibrahim Gaidam and Kashim Shettima of Katsina, Yobe and Borno State, respectively. In the face of increasing and complex security challenges within Nigeria's maritime domain, which is repository of the nation's largest foreign exchange earner, the Nigerian Navy has become the beacon of hope in restoring order and tackling identified threats within temporary security strategies. According to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Garba Olanishakin, who was speaking at the graduation of Naval Warfare Course 1 participants of the War College, This is the outcome of incremental capacity building of naval personnel. Unengi Fine Face was at the War College, Ubima, Rivers State, and now reports.
Birthed by Nigerian Navy Order 8 of 2017, the Naval War College, Nigeria, Ubima, was intended to fill observed skills, abilities and knowledge gaps within the management cadre to enhance the capacity of officers to respond to emerging complex maritime threats. Chief of Defense Staff General Olani Shakin says the outcome of the first naval warfare course of the college is an attestation to the judicious expenditure of national resources in building the capacity of participants.
The federal government of Nigeria has committed enormous investment through those short of the evaluated requirement to maintain a reasonable virile navy.
I am hopeful that the knowledge, skills, and the abilities you have acquired in the college will not only enhance your professional judgment, but will make a difference in your problem solving.
15 participants graduated from the course after rigorous modules including national security affairs, interagency cooperations in maritime operations, naval campaigns, and study visits to African countries.
The Naval War Course 1 package focused on developing participants' ability.
We appreciate giving more resources to the armed forces because of the discipline they have when it comes to use of scarce resources.
Participants were inducted as fellows of the college and presented with certificates by the Chief of Defense Staff. From the Naval War College, Nigeria, Ubima, Rivers State, Onengie Fine Face, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, has charged heads of units and army formations to be responsible and professional while discharging their constitutional mandate. Lieutenant General Buratai gave the charge at the graduation of Junior Course 84 of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College in Kaduna. The Army bus urged the 171 graduates to brace up for the dynamism and the emerging security challenges across the country.
Members of the Nigerian Armed Forces, your sense of judgment in applying these skills will even be more apparent now that we are confronting a lot of internal security challenges in the country, most especially the menace of the Boko Haram terrorist group and the renewed militancy in the Niger Delta.
The Chief of Army Staff also appraised the 228 pioneer female combats being trained in counter-terrorism.
Emerging security challenges keep on evolving, we keep on coming up with solutions, and again, we are signatory to so many conventions. As such, we are gender sensitive in whatever we do.
To ensure Nigeria's continued unity, citizens must learn to tolerate each other's religion and cultural orientations with fervent prayers for the peace of the nation. Former Head of State General Yakubu Gowon stated this at the dedication of the Commonwealth Covenant Church built by the Royal Highness Apollo School, the traditional ruler of Okri Eleme Kingdom in Rivers State. Chimdimma Ndubisi has the details.
In the name of the Father, Amen. The Son, Amen. And the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The church dedication brought together traditional rulers, political gladiators, and the religious leaders from across the country, making the event another unity forum. Former Head of State General Yakubu Gowon describes His Royal Highness Apollo's Chew's gesture as a way of building the country's unity. The traditional ruler is optimistic that the ceremony will be a platform for networking and building bridges among the divergent ethnic groups.
The Okori people and Eleme people I can find in Fika. If there's any station in Fika and my people, in Fika they have some station, I can say the traditional ruler there is my friend. I can make a call and he can be able to address the station for me.
We kings to be servants to the people, and being servant to the people is an emanation of God's actual existence.
Through his Apollos Chu Foundation, the king has been a source of hope and inspiration to his community, giving scholarships and grants for starting up businesses to orphans and widows.
We have those in law school and those in medical school also benefiting. Among this year beneficiaries, we have 100 persons in ICT.
In case of Kododa women, the sum of 2 million to enable us carry out our farm work effectively.
You are coming governors, presidents, captains of industry, and people who shall be doing what His Royal Highness is doing.
Chimdema Ndubisi, NTA News.
The Nigerian aviation industry has again received a boost with the launch of a new airline, the Flynas Air Services. The maiden flight took off from Lagos to Kano this afternoon. Aliu Adamu reports.
Flynas Air Services commenced operations since 2014 mainly by airlifting pilgrims to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The airline company, which is owned by Khalid Al-Din of Direct Business Port, took 164 passengers on board and landed at the Aminu Kano International Airport at 2:15 a.m. and took off with another 106 passengers to Jeddah by 4 a.m. According to the managing director of the airline in Nigeria, Omar Kaila, Flynas is going to deploy the A330 Airbus for its scheduled operation from Kano to Jeddah. Then it will extend its services to Abuja, Lagos and Port Harcourt if it is commercially viable.
Flynas has over 30 aircrafts in its fleet, but we are deploying an A330 Airbus for the usual scheduled operation. But their capacity of 164 passengers. Actually, during the Hajj operation, we deploy up to 7 aircrafts, including the bigger aircraft like 747, 767.
The managing director commended the federal government for the massive renovation going on at different airports. Proprietor of the company, Khalid Al-Din, pointed out that operation was made possible through an agreement between Saudi Arabia and Nigeria.
And ready to upgrade it depends on the market. Okay. Right. So to the wide body, bigger aircraft, and to other stations. And also we offer good connections.
He expressed gratitude for being part of the Nigeria vibrant aviation industry. In Kano, Aladam, NTA News.
Taraba State Government has flagged a free hepatitis screening and treatment program across the state. The State Governor, Darius Dixon Ishaku, while performing the ceremony, called on the citizens to take responsibility for their health by ensuring they participate in the program. Joseph Oten reports.
Records shows that the prevalence of viral hepatitis in Nigeria is estimated to be 11% for hepatitis B and 2% for hepatitis C. The Taraba State Ministry of Health states that local studies indicate the prevalence in the state could even be higher, while treatment for the disease is very expensive and even not available for the ordinary people. It is with this regard that the state government decided to partner Roche Product Limited, a pharmaceutical company providing diagnostic and treatment products for viral hepatitis, to provide preventive and curative services for free to curb the spread of the disease in the state. The state governor, Darius Dixon Ishaku, while flagging off the program, called on the citizens to take advantage of the huge funds the government has invested in the free healthcare program.
Prevention, they say, is better and cheaper than cure. Viral hepatitis is a clear example. The huge resources that will be committed into the treatment can be put into other developmental projects. So let us all take collective action to protect our health.
Elaborating on the scheme, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Innocent Vakai, said the program, which will span 5 years, is targeting to screen 50,000 persons, out of which over 2,400 eligible positive patients will benefit from free treatment. He said Government is expecting to spend about 1.3 billion naira over the 5 years of the program. The Hepatitis Treatment Access Program will be centered at the Specialist Hospital and the Federal Medical Center, both in Jalingo, General Hospital Gembo, and General Hospital Takum. In Jalingo, Joseph Sound Oten, NTA News.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, has eulogized late Gidado Idris as a seasoned civil servant who served Nigeria meritoriously. The SGF, who attended the funeral rites of the one-time SGF, along with many other dignitaries, described his death as a great loss to the nation. He prayed God to grant the family of the deceased the fortitude to bear the loss. And talking sports, Chang Eagles win Super 6 in Kano as House of Representatives defeat Senate in a charity match. Amanzi Marcus reports.
Chan Super Eagles Sunday evening emerged champions of the MPFL Super 6 Invitational in Kano, beating MFM 3-2 at the Sani Abacha Stadium. In the day's two earlier matches, Enyimba won 3-2 on penalties against Kano Pillars after a goalless 90 minutes, with Plateau United edging out Aqua United 2-1. Meanwhile, Nasarawa United hosts defending champions Plateau United in the opening match of the 2017-2018 MPFL football season in January, as the draws were made in Kano.
Athletics took center stage at the Abuja on Sunday, being the 6th at the 7th edition of the Nigerian Private University Games. Most of the events are being decided at the preliminary stage, being the heats.
We want to make sure that if you are an already made athlete, state or national athlete, we are trying to discourage it so that the new ones, the upcoming ones, will at least have a place in the Nigerian national sports.
As part of activities marking the 50th birthday of Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, Team House of Representatives in green defeated Team Senate 3-1 during a 10-minute 7-a-side novelty match in Abuja on Sunday, featuring two on-field goalkeepers. Similarly, Sokoto State Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal played as a midfielder for Team former principal officers of the National Assembly, but they lost through Dino Melaye's lone goal for Team serving principal officers, where the celebrant Dogara defended well in the charity match ahead of his birthday on the 26th of December.
I have never celebrated my birthday before. I've always said that I will leave it for the 5th year, and then I'll mark another one if I reach 100.
Well, the area of the support that we will give, is mainly moral, financial, to make sure that, they do look after the IDPs.
With sports update, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
And that's the news beat. Becky will be back with some interesting human angle stories, but that will be after the break. Stay with us.
His humility, trustworthiness, patriotism, and love for the common man earn him respect of ordinary Nigerians. Muhammadu Buhari, the people's president, an example of uprightness, doggedness, and a believer of true and progressive Nigeria. 3 years down the line, Nigerians have seen commitment and performance in fulfillment of campaign promises. Peace is gradually returning to the ravaged Northeast, and the entire nation is reaping from it. The economy is being revitalized with special attention to agriculture and all the natural resources being fully explored to the fullest. The country is winning its war against corruption, with looted funds being recovered to government coffers. Nigerians are saying, "Thank you, Baba. Carry on the demand of the people." This message is from...
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
There's no limit to what you can do with data. With Nigeria's widest data network, it's amazing what you can make happen on MTN.
This is my message to you.
This is Abuja Multi-System Hospital.
Funded by a fan,
Abuja Multi-System Hospital is established on a 60 hectares of land consisting of 8 blocks of 4 floors each and 1 of 5 floors, equipped with 5 modular theaters, pneumatic tube system, SPEC scan, CT scan, ultrasound scan, X-ray and Tesla MRI, providing general surgery, pediatrics, plastic, urology, orthopedics, neurosurgery, cancer, oncology and endocrine.
It's an excellent facility, very unique and distinct, very up-to-date and modern, and it will go a long way in addressing medical tourism in Nigeria. I will recommend it to any Nigerian.
Abuja 400-bed multi-system hospital is to train students, retrain doctors and other paramedical staff, engage in world-class research and provide healthcare of international quality.
This is going to be the best hospital in the whole of West Africa, if not Africa.
Abuja, a vision in motion.
Good afternoon, Mama. Let me get that bag. Oh. Aha!
Hey, thank you, my son. But there's more washing for you to do. No, Mama. With Omo, it's as if I have the power of 10 hands.
Omo, it's so powerful. It's as good as having 10 hands to wash off stains. Omo, with the power of 10 hands.
I started using Mamador. It's healthier and tastier for them. So I know that no matter what I serve to family and friends, it not only tastes delicious, but keeps them healthy as well.
Adama is right. Mamador is cholesterol-free, full of omega oils and approved by the Nigerian Heart Foundation.
Looks like you're looking after my stomach.
It's your heart I'm looking after.
Mamador, your heart will thank you.
Thanks for staying on the line. Now, almost all the emirs and chiefs in northern Nigeria were there. The venue was Murtala Muhammad Square in Kaduna. The atmosphere reeked of celebration, and the entire town was agog with showcasing the historical and rich cultural heritage of northern Nigeria. Are you wondering why? Kaduna is celebrating 100 whole years of existence. Of course, it was big, as you would see from the centenary Durbar, which Abdullahi Mohammed witnessed live.
It was an area of display of royalty, bravery and horsemanship by contingents from virtually all the emirates and chiefdoms of northern extraction at the historic Murtala Muhammad Square, Kaduna. They converged in their hundreds to commemorate the 100 years of existence of the city of Kaduna, made the defunct administrative headquarters of the Northern Regional Government in 1917, before gradually assuming the status of melting pot of socio-political affairs of the North and Nigeria till date. Aside the Daba, however, the ceremony was an opportunity for many to advertise their wares and services such as mobile and stationary food vendors, sellers of various cultural and royal regalia, all to the admiration of spectators at the event. These, some of those in attendance, acknowledged is viable to further develop the economy and improve the social well-being of the people.
This signifies the unity of Nigerians people, citizens, because it brings a lot of so many people of different background and culture and religion.
So it's really impressive, and as people have said earlier, it demonstrates how strong the culture in Nigeria is. So it's great to see these incredible traditions, and it's really uplifting to see all of the states and the Emirates of the North coming together to celebrate with Kaduna on this really important anniversary. So it's a really marvellous experience.
Yes, by seeing it today, it can really help the young ones that are coming to know how they can go with it, and it can also help the nation as well.
The last time a similar Daba was held was in 1957, and after independence in 1977 at the Murtala Muhammad Square, Kaduna.
100 hearty cheers to Kaduna State. Congrats to the people of the liberal state. In solidarity with Kaduna State as it clocks 100 years, the drums were rolled out in faraway Borno State. This was a week earlier when the Shehu of Borno organized a grand Doba in Maiduguri preparatory to the centenary celebrations. Take a look.
The Daba attracted large turnout of people from within and outside the state for the centenary celebration in Kaduna State towards showing solidarity as well as showcasing the rich cultural heritage of Borno. Various traditional title holders from the Borno Emirate Council displayed their horsemanship in a unique way before the chief host, the Shehu of Borno, amidst cheers of encouragement. The Shehu of Borno, Alhaji Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbe Alamin El-Kanemi, and some personalities described the Daba as unprecedented in recent years.
This one is special in the sense that we are getting ourselves prepared for Kaduna 100 years centenary. So we are going to Kaduna not for competition but for solidarity.
This epoch-making event can best be described as a display of Borno's rich cultural and traditional heritage and a clear justification that significant peace has been achieved in the state.
That was a remarkable way to close ranks. What an example of neighborliness is there. Next, it is an annual event of Zenith Bank PLC. At this time of the year, every year, the bank rolls out the drums and spreads the red carpet for hundreds of youths to have the best of fun and excitement. Why? To celebrate Christmas. This year's event, which is the 12th edition, was fun-filled. Musa Toliad, who was there, tells us that the theme is Aspire to Greatness.
It was a day set aside by Zenith Bank PLC to delight Nigerian youths with loads of fun and excitement. Before the commencement of the parade, the youths had free access to various games and fun rides. The colorful gathering was all-inclusive as students from various mainstream and special schools competed for excellence in the parade. There were special performances and cultural displays. High point of the event was an ecstatic performance by reigning music talents Tiwa Savage and Olamide. participants could not get enough of the fun-filled event.
I've been enjoying the ride, everything, and the music.
And it has brought in the spirit of Christmas for them as well.
This is my fourth time actually. I've been having fun.
Zenith Bank, thank you for organizing this. I look forward to the party every year.
Zenith Bank officials say the initiative is prompted by the bank's desire to bring smiles on the faces of youths in line with the spirit of Christmas.
It has become like a culture, and it's a way of we saying thank you to all our customers for the support we've received during the year.
These children sum up their appreciation to Zenith Bank this way.
For 12 years now, we have enjoyed unparalleled entertainment. Zenith Bank, you are the best.
That looked like so much fun, right? You bet. As another Christmas celebration beckons, Christians have been reminded to use the period of love and sharing to impact the world. This was a message delivered by the Chief Executive Officer of Hotspots Media Limited, Tai Ige, to the academic community of Caleb University at its special Christmas carol. Emil Dori, who compiled this report, says it was an evening of praises and thanksgiving to God.
The birth of Christ is a period that rekindles hope for Christians the world over. This is why many take time out to celebrate it. This evening of songs and praises to God by students of Caleb University brought to mind the essence of Christmas celebration. Popular Christmas songs and hymns were rendered, as well as drama and lessons from the Bible. Chairman to the occasion, the Chief Executive Officer of Hotspots Media Limited said the birth of Jesus Christ is very important as his coming is to redeem mankind.
Sending his son to us, Jesus Christ is the essence of Christmas. It is also a time to share God's goodness and the good news of Christ's sacrifice for the salvation of man.
The evening was also spiced by popular saxophonist DJ Sax.
What is the Christmas season without carols? Entertaining renditions, wouldn't you say? Social events are up next as we turn the page to the next chapter. It's a gala of celebration. If you want to know of what and by whom, stay on the line while we'll take a break and be right back.
From 1967 to 1970, Nigeria went through a horrifying civil war. It didn't matter who was wrong or right. Everybody suffered. Those who fought that war say it should never happen again.
So a lot of people will say, but you were leading the first one. Yes, I led the first one. I don't think a second one is necessary. We should have learned from that first one. Otherwise, the dead would have been to no avail, would all have been in vain.
The words of our elders are full of wisdom.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Nivea combines its unique care with natural cocoa butter and vitamin E. For intensive nourishment that lasts. glowing, radiant skin. Cocoa Butter Body Lotion from Nivea. Now say goodbye to dry skin with great Nivea specials this Harmattan.
Please come join us. Mom says we have more than enough.
Wherever you may travel, whoever you will be with, we wish you a supreme Christmas. Be supreme, Nigeria.
Taste the nectar of paradise. Chi Exotic Nectar in pineapple, coconut, multi-fruiter and other exotic flavors. The taste will take you there. Chi Exotic.
It's time to celebrate. Mama. Now season of surprise. Oh, mama. December here again.
Surprise. We are here to share some love. We hold you in our hearts. Thank you so much.
Celebrate. Mama. A season filled with love. Mama. December here again. Mama. Let's do it once again.
I appreciate MTN for what they did in Maiduguri, here in the barracks.
Rejoice with families.
We appreciate what MTN are doing for us. To be sincere, we are happy.
We like MTN, we will continue like MTN. Buy something for Bobo.
Welcome back. The congregation of Rema Chapel International Churches in Nigeria and the diaspora, family, friends and associates rode out the drums in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, to celebrate the founder of the church, Reverend George Adegboye. He clocked the landmark age of 60. Deborah Agbola reports that the celebration was not only of his years, but also of a life that has impacted nations.
It was a gathering of well-wishers, disciples, teeming youth desiring to emulate the transformational virtue and legacy of Reverend George Adegboye from within and outside Nigeria. Not only did the occasion afforded all to wine and dine, people that have been impacted physically and spiritually also seized the opportunity to say thank you to Reverend George Adegboye in their own way.
But he's a man of God, man of character and integrity, and I love him. He's helped change my life with the Word of God.
A man gifted to words, and that's why some people call him the walking Bible.
His desire to eradicate ignorance and emphasize the integrity of the Word of God above all circumstances of life.
In his word of encouragement, Pastor Femi Atoyebi enjoined guests to leave worthy legacy for their family and the coming generation, describing such deed as worthy stewardship that is perfect and complete. The apostle of the nation, Reverend George Adegboye, described the past 60 years as fulfilling.
Well, it's been a time of challenges, overcoming, and it's also been a period of achievement on quite a number of fronts. And I'm inspired more than never before to do much more than I've ever done, both for Christianity and humanity.
The way he preaches has affected the way I also minister the Word of God, and sometimes people are like, you two are quoting scriptures like your husband. I say, well, praise God for that.
The dinner featured the unveiling of a book titled Decision Making Made Easy, authored by Reverend George Adegboye and reviewed by Reverend Yeminiyi Eboda, and cutting of the birthday cake. The celebration was taken beyond the four walls of the church building to affect Tanke, the host community where the church was located. Outpost was constructed for the Civil Defense Corps, and boreholes were constructed in strategic location to provide water for Tanke residents. Reverend George Adegboye, who hails from Ofa, presided over 50 branches of Rema Chapel International churches across the nation, and has taken the gospel of Jesus Christ to over 126 nations.
Any happy returns to the celebrant. Moving on, the second raffle draw in the ongoing Get Alert in Millions Reloaded promo of Fidelity Bank PLC held in Lagos during the week. Imole Ayo Tokede reports that, as usual, winners of cash in kind emerge from the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria.
The draw produced winners of cash in millions and consolidation prize winners. The cash prize winners won 1 million, 2 million and the star prize of 3 million naira. Abdulateef Olariwaju from the Lagos zone emerged one of the lucky star prize winners of 3 million naira. It was called on phone.
You have just won the sum of 3 million naira in a Get Alert in Millions promo. Congratulations.
The consolidation prize winners, who bank officials say will be communicated to during the week, will be given power generating sets, television sets and refrigerators. Fidelity Bank officials once again highlighted the aim of the promo, which is to encourage the culture of saving among Nigerians and add value to their lives.
We love our customers, we appreciate them, we want to give back to them and show them that they're special and they mean a lot to us. The draws enable our customers meet their financial needs. We're changing lives.
Awareness is being created, and service is something very lovely for everybody to do, and I'm very sure that with this event happening here today, our customers will be quite receptive.
To be a part of this largest by the bank that keeps its word is simple.
You must have a savings account with Fidelity, and if you don't have, we expect that you visit any Fidelity Bank branch closer to you. You pay in every month 10,000 naira into your account to qualify to participate in the draw for monthly, to win 1 million or 2 million. Then by monthly draw, to win 3 million, you're expected to grow your balance to 50,000. Then to win the 10 million, which is the main win, you have to maintain at least 200,000 balance in your account.
The promo is still ongoing.
Congrats to those lucky winners. The traditional ruler of Okori Eleme, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, rode out the drums to celebrate in grand style the opening of his palace, a structure proposed to serve as a symbol for peace building within the community and beyond. The event was a rallying point for cultural integration and promotion of national unity. Chidimma Ndubisi was there and now reports.
It was all statement of unity of purpose, touch of class and traditions as royalties, the political class and the clergy from different parts of Nigeria gathered to support the traditional ruler of Okori Eleme in Rivers State as he opens his palace. This move is intended to reaffirm the authority of the traditional institution and its quintessential value to life, societal harmony and development.
There is no institution in the country that so represents the grassroots people in terms of unity, care for the downtrodden. It is the real institution.
We need to unite. We need to understand each other. We need to tolerate each other, and we need to respect each other.
The man at the center of it all, a captain of industry and a philanthropist, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, wants the traditional institution to be seen as connecting dots between the government and the governed. As such, there should be partnership, especially among rulers, to guarantee success of the Nigerian project.
The traditional ruler is the last hope of any government and any administration. We are the root of the community and the root of the unity of this nation. When community is peaceful, the government will be focused.
The host community, predominantly farmers, through their cultural dance, display the pride in hard work and the joy harvest brings. The Eleme Women Group holding their heads high for the peace and progress their king's reign has brought to the land, came to pay homage bearing gifts.
What you have done for your people, you will continue to do more and more. The traditional rulers today is happy that one of us is doing very well in his kingdom. And some of us will take this message, go to our various kingdoms.
Congrats to the traditional ruler. May his reign be long and peaceful. It's new in the Nigerian markets, in addition to table water. This one is from the staple of Florex Foods and Beverages Limited. Newsline was represented by Joy Ken Abakoya at the official presentation in Lagos. Let's see it.
That was the official launch of the new brand, Elo Table Water. President Florex Food and Beverages Limited says with the introduction of Elo Table Water into the market, Nigerians can now satisfy their thirst without having to doubt the wholesomeness of the brand of water. He added that Elo Table Water is not just natural, but hygienically produced from the finest and safest source.
In this part of the world, lots of people want to rush things to the market. They don't care about the quality. But we've been working on this for the past 20 years. We have 35 CL bottle, we have 50 CL, we have 75 CL, and we have 150 CL.
We have gone through several upheavals to arrive at this level. Elo water is pure. It is refreshingly pure. It's crystal clear, tasteless, odorless, and remarkably irresistible.
Some who sampled the water confirmed that Elo water is indeed safe to drink.
It doesn't have taste, it's pure and refreshing. So I think people should take that water. It will be good for their health.
Then the packaging is awesome, beautiful. You know, it's a water that has export quality that you can drink anywhere in the world.
The producers reveal that Elo Table Water, which comes in different sizes, is very affordable and readily available across Nigeria and beyond.
They got tired of doing bad things and decided to turn a new leaf in order to be able to add value to the society and themselves. Who are they and what do they do? We'll tell you about it and more after this time out. Stay on the line.
Slavery is an evil practice abolished all over the world over 200 years ago. But today, human traffickers are selling human beings as slaves in Africa. It is your responsibility to make sure that you and the people you know do not fall into slavery. Don't believe fake promises of jobs abroad.
People went to say Libya, Italy. Italy no use you when they carry me on top water. 4 days now they lock me for inside house, no food, no water. I nearly die. Now God, when me heaven and earth, now save me. If you get 1 naira for Nigeria, you get junior one, you say you no get papa, you no get mama, that make you come out. I beg go they do farm work. You better pass person when enter road.
Don't accept to travel to Europe through the Sahara Desert. You may be walking into slavery. Don't be a slave.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Babe, what's up? What you doing?
I'll call you back. I'm not on Nadia.
Hey, babe, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing?
Hello, baby. Let's even see your cocoa. Even Uncle is here.
Get 10 times your recharge value to call and browse anyhow. Recharge with *220 star the pin hash to enjoy this offer. Available to new and existing subscribers.
Babe, what you doing?
Airtel, the smartphone network.
If you need help to give money
mama helping hand, please raise your hand. And if you're not quite satisfied after playing hard and need more energy, please raise your hand. And if you still need more to keep going, let's see those hands sky high to receive Fresh Yo. The nourishing, thick and delicious yogurt drink that fills you up for what's ahead. Natural goodness of yogurt. Fill up and keep going.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is working to ensure access to safe, good quality essential medicines with the World Health Organization pre-qualification of made in Nigeria pharmaceutical products, stiffer penalties for fake drug offenders with a review of NAFDAC laws, national, regional, and international collaborations, cutting-edge technologies, including the mobile authentication service.
For the last 24 years, NAFDAC has made steady progress in ensuring that the health of the nation is protected. Our collective responsibility is eliminating substandard, falsified, and unsafe drugs, medical devices, foods, and water.
I urge all Nigerians to support NAFDAC in safeguarding our health. God bless Nigeria.
Let us support NAFDAC to win the war against fake drugs and other unwholesome regulated products. NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation.
Thank you so much for inspiring greatness in me, Alhaji.
Alhaji?
I am just rehearsing, dear.
Rehearsing for what?
A life-changing and inspiring meeting.
With who?
Alhaji Aliko Dangote.
With the FGNI app and just 500 naira, you stand a chance to meet one-on-one with Alhaji Aliko Dangote, Africa's richest man, and win cash prizes. As the Be Inspired meeting give Nigerians a chance to meet one-on-one with icons. To qualify for the draw, download FGNI app from Apple Store or Google Play Store. Go to the Be Inspired section and follow the instructions. Cost of travel and accommodation of all winners within Nigeria will be borne by the organizers. Terms and conditions apply.
Strongly supported by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
It's that time of the year when we appreciate all those that mean so much to us. Our sponsors, our clients, government at all levels, corporate bodies, advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups, political parties, businesses, and above all, you, our esteemed viewers. Together, we made 2017 great. Together, we shall make 2018 even greater. That's why we say thank you. Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
The time has come for Nigeria to take her rightful place in world sport with the first national grassroots sports festival to discover and prepare sport talents and develop future world champions for Nigeria. The festival date is 3rd to 10th March 2018. Venue is the National Stadium, Abuja, packages A and B. This is the opportunity for you to promote your brand through the festival. For broadcast sponsorship, which include live broadcasts, highlight shows, and TV fans show, contact the Chairman, Chief Coordinator, Angelo Peter I. Elosia, or Nick Oyinshi. Organizers, Grassroots International Sports Academy and LOP Worldwide Television. Endorsed by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development. Broadcast partner, NTA.
Glad to have you back. The very day Abubakar Adamu Fika and Munirat Garuba Meidugu set eyes on each other, the embers of love began to fan. Needless to say, marriage became a foregone conclusion. As I speak, they have tied the knot of matrimony, binding them as husband and wife. The ceremony took place in Abuja, from where Adebola Brookslyn Sunday stood in as our eyewitness.
Right from the entrance,
The atmosphere, the decor, and the ambience were permeated by love. The hall was filled with a robust list of who is who in Nigeria, cutting across public and private sectors, family and friends who gathered to witness the making of the new home, a story of Abubakar and Munirat, culminating in marriage. The cake was beautifully decorated, perfect for the couple to perform their first duty as man and wife. In a colorful and elaborate ceremony, mothers of the bride and groom also had their moments in the atmosphere of togetherness.
This lovely couple will make a very happy, loving family, and they will bear very wonderful children. I know it will last them their entire married life.
Family and friends took time to pray, advise, and state their wishes for the new couple.
A communion of two different people who grew up from two different environments. I wish them very well. I pray that they will take after us their parents.
And we ask God to bless them with every good things that are associated with the marriage.
As the head, the groom spoke on behalf of his new home.
So happy with the number of people who have turned out to support me and my wife for this wonderful ceremony.
The nikah between the two lovers was earlier witnessed by both families at the Nuru Mosque in Abuja.
Lost couple, here's wishing you both a great life together. There is nothing as good and as fulfilling as living your dreams. The woman in this report is doing just that. She loves perfumes and has always dreamt of having her own brand. Can you imagine how happy she is to have actualized her dream? Well, let's turn to Chineye Ozo to unveil this woman who lives in Jos, Plateau State, and her dream come true.
Pakomi Lee ushered in the elegantly dressed guests into the Congress Hall of the Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. Wait a minute. Pakomi Lee is not the host, but the sweet-smelling fragrance of a perfume label set to be launched. The brain behind the perfume, Christabel Narine Bentu, a veteran broadcaster with years of experience, while welcoming guests, led all into her craze for fragrances.
I like being in a quiet room all by myself, especially when I go to bed at night. I want to smell my fragrance.
And then, the high point of the night, the unveiling of the product, Pakomi Lee, a fragrance of pride.
When you put on Pakomi Lee, try it, you'll tell me. You will still smell it the following day.
The perfume comes in oriental, flowery and fruity scents for the ladies, while the woody mix leaves a long-lasting fragrance for the man of class.
I believe that with the initiative and then the ingenuity, it will be highly patronized, and I salute excellence, salute initiative and courage.
I feel very, very happy. Honestly, I can't explain the amount of joy. I'm very proud of her, honestly.
While it is the government's desire to promote and encourage local initiatives, this homegrown perfume is expected to be a choice for every perfume lover.
I feel really proud. I feel really elated that a daughter of Plateau has made us so proud.
she has done something absolutely unique, something different.
I'm very proud of what she's doing. I want to congratulate her, and I know that, I've smelled the fragrance, and it's at par with any fragrance anywhere in the world, if not better.
Perfume and music is a beautiful blend, and this artist knows exactly how to create the mood. With the launch of Pakomi Lee, a fragrance of pride, Christabel Narine Bentu joins the league of celebrities with perfume labels to their credit.
I'm sure you were inspired by that. Go on and realize your legitimate dreams. Yes, you can. Imota is a settlement in Ikorodu, and Ikorodu is one of the towns that make up Lagos State. We'll talk about Imota tonight because once upon a time, it was a quiet community with peace-loving and unassuming people. Then suddenly, terrible things started to happen that caused residents to flee in different directions. The police have been in and out of Imota to ensure the rule of law. But because darkness can never overpower light, a large number of the people who formed themselves into a terror gang in Imota have repented, laying down their instruments of torture. Let's see what they did and how, as witnessed by Annie Daniels.
Until not too long ago, Imota was a very lively town with people from all walks of life living there peacefully. Then, like a bolt from out of the blue, this bubbly community became like a ghost town.
By that, we also now identify that what is the causes. We now discover that it's cultism.
The devil had come into Imota and possessed the souls of a lot of the young people, men and women. They became demons in the form of cultists who killed, maimed and stole. When, in the long run, good overtook evil, and not less than 100 of these bad boys and girls retraced their steps to the right path. Residents who lived in fear and hid from the wrath of these cultists came out to witness.
He is the leader of Aye. He is the leader of Aye. Aye and Aye are the most potent and deadly cult groups in Imota. Both of them and all their members have decided to renounce cultism.
It's not only the youth. You see the organizers are wondering. You see the panebiter. You see the carpenter. You see the bushermen join the cultists. What type of cultists is this?
It was amazing to see them voluntarily surrendering their tools of trade in the form of arms and ammunition to the law.
The heads of the groups, they have volunteered themselves into a vigilante group now. They are the one to even apprehend whoever that is still wants to get involved in such activities and hand over to the law enforcement agency.
The residents of the community can now sleep with their two eyes closed.
I couldn't help but wonder how this happened. How is it possible that these die-hard lawbreakers, described by many as people without a conscience, who delighted in killing fellow human beings without batting an eyelid, renounced their trade and publicly too?
We started this thing over 1 month ago. Their parents are involved because they know the havoc killing somebody's son can do to the family.
Those weapons you saw were handed over to me in my office voluntarily.
Oba Ajibade Bakare Agoro is the traditional ruler of Imota. He seems so sure that these repented cultists will not backslide.
More than 200 of them are at the traditional shrine there, swearing that they will not indulge in this type of kind of activities anymore. They have sworn, if from today I do this thing, this is what will happen, and it will happen.
And what do these people who once terrorized their community have to say?
My own is Imota say peace. That's what I can say. Imota say peace.
The message that which I have for the youths, like my very self, is that let them cross their hearts, depart from crime, let them say no to crime.
And as the people of Imota keep their fingers crossed for lasting peace, the repented cultists are left with these words of wisdom.
I'm persuading them to toe the noble path of renouncing crime and being reintegrated back into society.
Just to add that those youths should be encouraged to stay on the right path. They need to be kept busy. On to the next, a broken limb, a dead mother, and a painful, uncertain future in a hospital bed can best define the story of success. Chitachi Emeka, a lone survivor of a road accident who now lives with his own narrative of hope and purpose. Oneginye Fineface will tell us the story of this promising young man who, after losing his mother and one of his legs, still believes life holds much more for him.
Success Emeka Chetachi lies on his back in a hospital bed, trusting God to get back on his feet after over 5 surgeries to save his life following an auto crash that took the life of 4 persons. Success, his mom and 2 other passengers were on board a tricycle along Odani Road, Elelewon, Port Harcourt, when a trailer fell on the tricycle, killing 2 passengers on the spot. His mother lasted only an hour before her death on the same day. From Military Hospital Port Harcourt to the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital and now Sterling Specialist Hospital, Success has had to undergo several limb surgeries and pelvic surgery, losing his right leg in the process, managing still to hold tight to his faith and hope for full recovery.
And infections were getting from the leg to the body, so then I decided that we cut the leg.
He has no idea that his mother, Mrs. Chinwe Igwoha Chetachi, did not survive the accident.
In the accident, he's the only surviving person. The whole person died instantly, except the mother that survived to the hospital, and after an hour she died.
Before the accident, 15-year-old Success was the reigning king of his school, an intelligent student of SS2 with great prospects. Prospects he believes cannot be cut short by this accident.
I know that I have to be strong and face whatever challenge or problem that's going to come.
His relatives and caregivers take courage in his faith, but dread the consequence of breaking the news of his mother's death to him.
When we break the news about his mom's death to him, that's another issue that I have to start dealing with. How does he cope? Does he get withdrawn? If he's depressed, you have to now start managing depression. Post-traumatic stress is going to kick in later. You have to manage it.
Meantime, his bill at the Sterling Specialist Hospital, where he is being treated at no cost, is mounting.
We are believing God that God will raise kind spiritual Nigerians who will help this boy to get his life back.
Success Emeka Chetachi needs over 8 million naira to clear his bills and get a prosthetic limb to enable him get back on his feet.
I hope that some people will come to my aid and help me with the financial bills and sort of other things. And I also hope I get out of this place and continue my academics.
Master Success is more than anxious to go back to school, but he'll need all the help he can get to do so.
Empathy from a distance won't change a story. Let's get into action with our tokens, please. Thanks. Moving on, part of what the National Orientation Agency does is to promote that which makes society better. We hear from Musa Abubakar that the agency is on the move, this time to project Nigeria to the world through music. How? Let's find out together.
The Nigerian music industry have not seen much collaboration between southern and northern artists, most especially those in the Kannywood entertainment. But with the music landscape on a new horizon and artists in search of a new flavor to thrill their fans, those from the south and their counterparts in the north are in a collusion course. The mixture gives new flavor and tells a story of diversity. Inspired by universal touch, the Noir DJ believes attitudinal change can be achieved by sending the right message.
Singing and dancing, music has become a veritable instrument of mobilization, of cultural consciousness, and of course of sending out the pride, the culture, the story, the history of the people.
Brought a couple of artists together from the north and from the south to collaborate together to preach the unity of this country.
For the artists, it's a dawn as they send message of hope, unity, and nation building to the world.
We depicted the cultural differences, we depicted the tension in the country and how we can unify it.
No doubt you enjoyed watching that. Rounding off nicely, we'll take the last break, after which we will reveal what next. Stay on the line.
Nivea combines its unique care with natural cocoa butter and vitamin E. For intensive nourishment that lasts. Glowing, radiant skin. Cocoa butter body lotion from Nivea. Now say goodbye to dry skin with great Nivea specials this Harmattan.
Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
The demise of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Gidado Idris, last Friday is no doubt a great loss to Nigeria. It has robbed the upcoming generation of another opportunity to tap from the wealth of experience of one of the surviving sets of people who worked closely with the late Premier of Northern Nigeria, Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Saudana of Sokoto, under the defunct Northern Regional Government. Mohammed Abubakar reports.
Outstanding qualities, Nigerians will certainly not be in a hurry to forget about late Gidado Idris, where his closeness to the late Premier of Northern Nigeria, Sir Ahmadu Bello Sardauna, his commitment to public service, and a strong belief in the concept of predestination. These attributes came into play while featuring on an NTA Kaduna current affairs program, Magama, where he talked extensively on his closeness with the late Premier and a particular incident one Friday, less than 24 hours to the violent coup that cost the Sardauna and some of his key government members their lives, and what happened in between the period. On that fateful day in my presence, I had late Samuel Akintola, who came telling the Sardauna that, "Sir, have you not heard the rumor of a possible coup d'etat against our government tomorrow, and in the process we might all be killed?" Sardauna's response was in the affirmative, that he had such a rumor too. But then, it depends whether his protection and that of all key officials of the government was certainly in the hands of Allah the Almighty. The late Gidado Idris in that program did not mince words in sharing with the public why and how he had his service transferred from the then North Central government to the federal government.
September na iya tunawa da wajen 1975.
It all began in 1975 during the regime of late Group Captain Usman Jibrin, who one day found me telling me to prepare for a sudden trip to Lagos for a yet to be disclosed mission, a development that left me wondering who to meet there on arrival from the north. As Nigerians continue to remember the late Gidado Idris, humility patriotism and commitment to a worthy cause that he was noted for during his lifetime must be upheld by the present generation for the country to attain the much needed growth in all fronts.
His soul rests in perfect peace, and may God grant the nation and the family the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. The remains of the 93-year-old lawyer and member of the prestigious Agbalanze Society, Nabwenyi Obiese Nzeku, have been laid to rest at his hometown in Onitsha, Anambra State. Chidinma Omer reports that a funeral ceremony was attended by dignitaries from across the country.
Coordinated by the Agbalanze confraternity, lasted from morning till evening at the deceased's Omazere quarters, Umezaroli village in Onitsha. Various age grades, women groups and masquerades paid their last respects. Son of the deceased, Ojinnaka Nzeku, described their father as a lover of peace.
My father was a good man. He taught me a lot of things, and he intended teaching me more, but I lost him so soon.
He taught us how to be honest, to be truthful. No matter whose ox is gone, you have to stand on the side of truth.
Former Minister of Information and son-in-law of late Nzeku, Chief Ikobasi Mokelu, former Director General of NTA, Dr. Tony Iredia, and Deputy National Women Leader of the APC, Dr. Tina Adike, were among dignitaries at the event.
Coming at that age and exiting this planet, we have no other option than to be thankful and glorious to God for the good life He gave him.
I wish them well, and I hope that the children will live as long as the man has lived, and that they will also follow the values which the man worked for.
The man, I have to say, he's an Amazon. A good man indeed. A man that has paid his dues.
It's a man I can say I took after. Straight, strong, and highly disciplined.
Late Nabwenyi Ignatius Obiese Nzeku, who died at 93 years, trained as a lawyer.
His soul rest in peace. Amen. So far, so good. Thank you for being such great company. This is where we say our goodbyes. See you same time and place next Sunday, God willing. Have a great week. Good night and God bless Nigeria.